Hey everyone, feeling lonely? I've got you covered with some hilarious tips to beat that loneliness. And no, your pets and dogs aren't enough this time. Let's dive right in. Tip number 1. Join a club or group that interests you. But here's the twist. Pick the weirdest one you can find. Ever tried extreme ironing? Yep, it's a real thing. Imagine making new friends while ironing clothes on a mountaintop. Nothing says bonding like the threat of plummeting to your doom while getting those creases out. Tip number 2. Volunteer at a local shelter or community center. Not only do you get to help others, but you also get to discover that you're not alone in your awkwardness. Plus, it's a great way to collect embarrassing stories. Like that time I tried to teach a tech class to seniors and ended up getting schooled on knitting. Turns out I suck at both. Tip number 3, get into a new hobby or sport. And the funnier, the better. Try something like synchronized swimming. Yes, I know you're picturing yourself in a sparkly swimsuit, but hey, nothing builds camaraderie like flailing around in a pool trying to look graceful. Tip number 4, attend events solo. Now this might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. When you show up alone, you're like a conversation magnet. People will either want to befriend you because they think you're brave, or they'll just be curious why you're there alone. Either way, it's a win-win. Tip number 5, embrace your inner foodie. Join a cooking class or a food tasting event. Nothing breaks the ice like a shared appreciation for delicious eats. Plus, you can always bond over your mutual fear of setting the kitchen on fire. It happens more often than you think. Tip number 6, get creative with social media. Use it to connect with people who share your interests. But instead of just liking posts, comment with something hilarious or insightful. Trust me, people remember the funny guy. Just avoid becoming the meme guy. There's a fine line. Tip number 7, host a game night. Invite neighbors, co-workers, or even those acquaintances you never talk to. Break out the board games and let the hilarity ensue. Nothing forges friendships faster than a heated game of charades or the ruthless betrayal that is Monopoly. Lastly, remember that loneliness is just a temporary state. Everyone feels it at some point. The key is to laugh through it, put yourself out there, and embrace the awkwardness. Because let's face it, life is too short to take seriously. So there you have it. Hilarious tips to turn that loneliness into laughter. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a good laugh. See you next time.